And we talked about a little bit of a shake-up to the fight card. This is local MMA for you. Brandon Hardrock Higdon never stops matchmaking, and this fight came together today. Wells and Eli Mefford, who he's fighting, that both of their opponents fell off, and then Hardrock just said, hey, do you want to fight each other? And they said, yeah, and
makes me wonder if given a couple or a few weeks even or a month to make this type of decision, if this fight would have necessarily made sense for either of these guys. They're both 20 years old. They're both 2-2. They both fight for Hardrock all their fights. One of them's obviously going to lead with a sub 500 record. One's going to have a winning record after today.
Well, I think the reason why it does make 100% sense is they're both amateurs. They're both still young. Wells actually the lightweight, and Mefford going to come up in weight from featherweight to fight Wells in this one.
This, I'll go on record as saying this is likely going to be the fight of the night.
Eli Mefford representing 4 seasons MMA, and as you mentioned, both of these guys have a wealth of talent, and it's just now they're really starting to get their feet under them. Wells, a former all-state wrestler in Ohio. Mefford, a really good fighter out of 4 seasons. Both still young. Neither one of these guys can even buy a beer yet. So Mefford also a wrestler. Only been training now for about a year and a half, Eli Mefford. So we've seen him some tough fights. He lost against Ryan Hutchinson and Josh Rivera, but has wins over Brandon Brandon. The last time we saw him was Hardrock 95 in December, a TKO win over Dakota Ogden. So one of these fighters will move up to 3-2. Lightweight action here at Hardrock MMA 95. Nick Wells in the black and red. Eli Mefford in the black and white.
Pace yourself, Nick. Pace yourself.
You can see the size difference here. Both about the same height, but Wells definitely a bigger frame than Mefford. Mefford probably could fight at 135. Nice knee there.
Calm down, Nick. Calm down.
Wells appeared to connect with the left pretty good there, and you can see
got that front left hand down. A lot of bouncing around from both of these guys early on. Looping left on the forehead from Wells. Both guys trying to counter.
Watch that push kick.
Spinning wheel kick attempt there from Mefford.
Wasn't expecting that.
See, I think both of these guys with that wrestling background both want to probably get the fight to the ground, but it's who tries to shoot first? Who wants to end up on top? That's the question.
For what I've seen of Wells is he's actually pretty comfortable too on just throwing. He's an athletic, energetic guy, right?
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of, I don't want to say hesitation, but feeling out process because
Sure.
this fight did come together.
You had no idea
earlier
this fight
today,
was going to happen until a few hours ago, if that.
Both guys actually looking to counter. See Wells with that, trying to counter left hook. Lands a right hand off of that combination.
It's a great point. Neither of these guys knew this. They didn't wake up today knowing this fight was going to happen. That's wild.
Mix it up with kick.
Nice leg kick there from Wells. Push kick there. Front kick from Mefford. Just comes up short. These guys both have so much energy. I think that the cardio is not a question with the two. Oh, right hand.
Mefford
on the chin.
Nick, watch the cage. Circle.
Wells now with a flurry. Now here's the clinch. Under a minute to go here in the first round.
Wells
Knee to the
with
body off the cage.
The knee.
Pinch his elbows, pinch.
See that whizzer on the left arm of Mefford from Nick Wells. Going to use that to stay on his feet. Another knee there from Wells. Mefford with a knee. Mefford almost looks like he may be trying to take the back, but Wells does a good job turning off the cage. Mefford trying to pull guard here, maybe. Looked like he was trying to almost climb the body of Nick Wells. 10 seconds here to go in round number 1. Flurry to the body from Wells.
Wells just
Mefford
brings
trying to
that
get out of
energy,
there.
doesn't he? Wow, what an end to the first round.
Yeah, crazy action there.
Nobody in this crowd here at the Heritage Hall in Lexington is disappointed with the energy from this amateur fight here at Hardrock MMA 97.
Good action in the first round. You see the replay there. There was that right hand from Mefford that landed. I don't think either one of these guys stopped moving that entire round. There's that spinning wheel kick attempt. Wells just getting out of the way of that one. Tons of action that first round. How do you score that one, Kelly?
I give it to Wells.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you. He landed just a little bit more.
Yeah, and almost like scoring a boxing match sometimes. I do think stylistically, I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm saying stylistically, someone who throws such an explosive style of punches seems to get the favor of the judges. I'm not saying it's warranted, but I do think Nick Wells, it's difficult to pinpoint what I'm describing. I think Nick Wells embodies just almost like a Mexican boxer.
And you saw that flurry to the body at the end, those body shots in the clinch from Wells. I think maybe him thinking that he needed a little bit more to secure that round. He did on our scorecards at least.
Eli Mefford saying hell yeah a few times.
He said, I'm about to kick you in the head.
I love the energy from both these guys.
I think they're both just happy to be in there fighting.
Wow, there's that style.
Swinging from the hip. Left hook, little short check left hook from Wells lands, but Mefford landed too. Both of these guys.
Such great conditioning from both of them, you can tell. Mefford working on a single leg.
Yes, swing, followed that right hand in to try to get a single leg. Ducked under.
Keep his elbows pinched.
Back to the center of the cage here. Both of these guys just standing in the pocket and trading. There's a
Wells connected
that
with the left.
Yeah, landed clean. And Mefford had his hand up, but it still just landed just under.
Circle, circle.
Big overhand right. Mefford
Wow, uses the cage. Wells,
Full mount.
now mounted guillotine here.
if he can get his leg over. Mefford with the savvy, anticipating the leg trying to come over and stops the full mount.
Actually doing a good job here of keeping the weight of Wells off of him as well as trying to hook that leg. Mefford now just has control of that left leg of Wells, which is going to make it hard for Wells to finish this guillotine. Really tough submission to finish, but if you get the torque on it, the guy taps almost immediately. Nice sweep there from Eli Mefford. Ends up on top. Wells needs to let go of this neck here. He's going to get mounted. Trying to scramble out. Under a minute to go here in round number 2. Knee on belly position here from Mefford. I'd be surprised to see Wells just scramble out and try to get back to his feet.
Yeah.
And see that Mefford now with the mount.
And he's got it.
Now he's out of that choke, I think.
Wells gains the half guard position.
Now Mefford with with control of the neck.
Not many glaring weaknesses to either of these guys' games, despite them only being 20 years old each.
Yeah, he looks like he's, he had that actually a lot tighter there at the end of the round than I thought, Mefford, but unable to finish that. That was a lot closer round. That one's harder to score than I think the first round.
Something tells me it would take quite a bit for either of these guys to tap out.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably
put them out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think either one of these guys is probably going to tap unless they know they're caught.
What a matchmaker's dream is Brandon Hardrock Higdon, day of, puts together, says, hey, we've got two 20-year-olds, both 2-2, both explosive, fan favorite type fighters. Let's put them together. Their previous bouts fell apart, and this is what we have.
And both of these guys, when you take a look at their record, neither guy has thus far in their career been afraid to fight anybody. And that's, sometimes as an amateur, it can, if you worry about your record as an amateur, it can kind of hurt you. But if you don't worry, as you shouldn't worry about your record as an amateur, it definitely can help fighting the toughest possible competition that you can. There's been plenty of fighters that had an even record or just barely above as an amateur, but they're tested and they go pro. And
even look at Ruben Moore as a pro.
Yeah.
He hits his stride late, and he's on this big winning streak, What matters, I guess, is when you're 20 years old that you keep in the game, keep progressing.
And take any opportunity. Both of these guys could have had the opportunity to sit in the crowd and watch tonight, but they decide, no, I want to fight. I want to get another opportunity.
Both these guys are happy as can be to be in there inside a cage fighting each other. I love it. Hugging. What a great show of sportsmanship from Wells and Mefford.
That leg of Wells is just sitting out there waiting for Mefford to kick. There, I think he heard me. Now they're talking to each other.
Wells is laughing. I think we gave the first round to Wells. Second round, a little more difficult to judge. This very well may be the deciding round.
I think Wells might have just snuck out that second round too, with the guillotine attempt. Head kick attempt there from Mefford. He's trying to finish this fight.
Smiley.
He said that was close.
I love the animation.
Nice left hook there from Wells.
Keep your hands up, Nick. Make him pay when he does that.
Mefford's trying to set up that head kick again. You see him staying heavy on that back foot.
They're both smiling. I love it. Mefford looks like maybe a little bit of damage under his right eye, trying to survey the damage for either fighter. I don't see anything that really stands out in the third round.
Yeah, I want to see him throw a left hook or a jab, because Wells is dropping that left hand. Throw a head kick behind it. Trying to lead with that right hand. Now there's one that landed. Both of these guys mix up their strikes too. They're not throwing 1-2. They're not. Neither guy is really predictable, I think is the word.
Sure. I would say that's a very accurate description, especially of Wells and his striking.
1 minute left to go in the fight. Right hand, left hook lands from Mefford, and Wells just sticks out his tongue at him.
Oh, my God.
Can't take too many of those, though. Leg kick there from Wells.
45 seconds left in the three-round fight.
You guys are having fun and just yelling at each other.
Oh,
uppercut.
Wells with the uppercut. Look at some knees.
They're starting to tee off here.
Wells with the striking, as I said earlier.
Crowd is coming alive here, trying to will Eli Mefford to a win.
Back off the cage.
Under 30 seconds as Mefford pulls guard, looking for the guillotine.
Earlier, I think you might have to put him out to win the fight. I don't know if Well, we'll see.
Going to
Does
be
he
hard,
have him?
hard to finish from this position as Wells gives a thumbs up. He does not have that guard locked. Going to be hard to finish from this position, but does that win him this round? Going for that submission attempt.
What a fight.
Wells with some strikes to the body there as the fight ends.
What a fight from two very game 20-year-old competitors here at Hardrock MMA 97.
Awesome fight. Brendan Higdon saying, yeah, that's what I had in mind the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I predicted fight of the night at the beginning.
That's going to be hard to top there. Great fight.
We were not supposed to see this fight tonight. Each one of their opponents was scratched from the card, and they wanted to fight so bad, they begged to fight each other. That is what we get.
Both of those guys, I think, are the definition of fighter. And I think the sport is in good hands when you see 20-year-olds like that. When you see 20-year-olds like that making that sort of impression and just going out there and wanting to fight.
Who do you got here? Who do you I'll put it on you. I'll be the first to ask.
Tough. I think that Wells definitely won the first round, maybe eked out that second round, and Mefford won the third round. So I think 29-28 Nick Wells, but don't quote me on it. I'm not the judge. See what the judges say. Taking Todd Neal a little while to add this up. He's got his calculator out over there. He's got Alex Hacker, though, helping him. Count on both hands, toes. I would say the longer that it takes for the decision to be read, the more likely that it is to be a split decision. So. So we'll see.
Jason Weinel keeping the crowd entertained with his criticism of the commission and their math. What do you think, Matt McCarthy?
See, they don't give Matt a mic.
They don't give Matt a mic. I guess that's probably for a reason. He's going to say something really inappropriate and get us kicked off the air.
Jason Weinel now with the official result.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Burks scores the bout 29-28. Red Wells. Judge House scores the bout 29-28. Blue Mefford. Judge Evans scores the bout 29-28. For your winner by split decision, the red corner,
Nick Wells. With the split decision win. Moving up to 3-2, 3 straight wins for Smiley. Got off to a rough start in his career, 0-2, but now 3-2.
Makes it look easy. You just keep smiling and kicking ass, right?
I like that he has the nickname Smiley because when he's on the fight card, it always makes me smile.
I love it, as I said earlier, with his unorthodox striking, throwing from the hip, throwing from every angle imaginable.
And then with the wrestling background, the wrestling base to back it up. So looks like we got a friendship made here. And great fight there from Nick Wells and Eli Mefford.